Let me talk to you. Alright, that was kind of stupid, but it's amazing what you can find on the internet. I got these LA Night sunglasses. Welcome to episode 20 of the Cheap Pop Show. I can't believe we've made it to 20.
Hey, we're almost legal for alcohol.
Yeah, you'll never be legal for anything. If you've never joined us before, we talk about wrestling, we talk about pop culture, movies, video games, all kinds of stuff, as evidenced by all the things that we have. Why is Deadpool here? Well, because I like Deadpool and Deadpool's here. So, and
we like Marvel, DC Comics. We love everything.
We talk about everything. And speaking of which, starting out, have you seen any of the new Rick and Morty yet?
Not yet.
Season 7, episode 1. The guy, whoever's doing Morty, sounds exactly like Morty. The person that's doing Rick, it comes in and out, but it's still, I think it's entertaining enough where I notice it, but it doesn't detract from the actual show itself. I think it's pretty good. They've got to do something. I mean, that they're making money hand over fist with merchandise and stuff for that show.
Merchandising.
Yeah. Speaking of which, cheappops.redbubble.com for t-shirts and stuff with our logos. I'm wearing this one. This was his idea, for breast cancer awareness. I actually, my mom was affected by breast cancer, so, And we do have a new logo. I do not have it printed out, but we will show it eventually. It is a full body of that character right there, done by Dave Cole at Davey Painting on Twitter. His stuff is amazing. He'll get your vision that's in your head. He'll make it come to life. It's amazing what the man can do. At Davey Painting on Twitter.
And we can't thank him enough. We really can't. Because he's really made our stuff look really legit. And we've got a new flyer that we're going to be printing out and everything. And that we're going to be having for conventions and shows and stuff. So I still love the way that came out for you.
No, I like this. This is actually the first time I've worn it. It was in the package right up until today. So,
yep. And we actually, I gave that to you on a previous episode.
Yeah, that was a long time
ago. Yeah. I came up with that for you last year.
Did you even get one for yourself?
No, I still gotta order mine.
Jeez, you're just...
Hey, my buddy comes first.
Yeah. We are going to talk mainly, we got a lot of news and notes to go through, but we watched Bound for Glory yesterday, and we're going to talk about that. Lots of big news, lots of stuff happening in wrestling. I got lots of news and notes, but I'm going to go on a bit of a rant right now.
I was going to say, you want to get right into that.
I'm going to try to watch my language, but I saw a tweet from Daddy Magic in AEW saying Renee Paquette is the modern-day Mean Gene Okerlund. I've never wanted to smack somebody so bad in my entire life. You're an entertaining dude. I love your tag team. I loved you as part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. But comparing her to Mean Gene Okerlund, nobody will ever be anywhere near Mean Gene Okerlund. Not even come close. He is the greatest interviewer / not commentator, but announcer ever in the history of wrestling. I think he started in either the late 60s to early 70s and went all the way up until like 2000, in the 2000s because he went back to WWE for a while. Nobody will ever come close. Nobody will ever have the charisma, the wit, the timing. Watch a lot of his stuff from WCW where he's steering the ship for every interview.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Super Brawl, which is part of Nick's Picks, which is a segment that he came...
You still got to get that thing up.
I do. But we listen to him and Bobby Heenan. Or there's a promo in this Super Brawl where Macho Man decides he doesn't want to talk. So Mean Gene has got to steer Sting, who Sting wasn't really good at promos all the time. Mean Gene steers him through this promo. He is the greatest of all time. Renee Paquette is not the Mean Gene of this generation. She's not even the Stephanie Wyand of this generation.
No.
And Google that, kids. It's from the mid-90s in the WWF. And Renee Paquette isn't even as good as this girl.
No.
I'm sorry, I met her and she's a nice person, but she's the same generic kind of interviewer that anybody is now. I like Lexi Nair. I like a lot of the interviewers in TNA. TNA's had a lot of good interviewers. Nobody will ever compare to Mean Gene, so please stop. Don't kiss her butt by saying that she's anywhere near Mean Gene. That's my rant. It's actually, I was probably going to go on more of a rant.
You watered it down a little bit.
I did.
A good thing for that.
If you've watched anything with Mean Gene, even the outtakes of the stuff that he's done, there's no comparison whatsoever.
Speaking of Bobby Heenan, the Weasel.
Oh yeah, I've got the Weasel suit Bobby Heenan, that I got at a flea market down in Florida.
I still remember that match when they put that on him, this Weasel suit.
Yeah, with the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah,
yes.
He had done it in the AWA, and then they brought it into the WWF at that point. I saw that action figure for like $14, and I had
that is an amazing find.
Bobby Heenan is the greatest color commentator in my opinion. A lot of people like Jesse Ventura, and I like Jesse Ventura too.
I do like Jesse, but I like Bobby better.
Yeah, Bobby. In WCW, he was going a little bit too much for the comedy, but when he was with Gorilla Monsoon,
oh my God, yes,
you couldn't. Don't get me wrong, I love JR and I love King, but Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan will always be the best to me.
What happened? My monitor went out.
Yeah, he didn't do that as much in WWF, but he did it more in WCW.
Yes,
still good stuff.
Oh man, I love it.
Some other news and notes: Nick Aldis is the new SmackDown GM. If you don't know who Nick Aldis is, former NWA World Champion, former Impact World Champion. He's British. He's married to Mickie James. He's a good performer.
He's madness.
Yeah, he's really good. I think he'll do really well, and it looks like they're setting up a feud. Well, Survivor Series is coming up too, so if you're going to do Raw against SmackDown, that's perfect. And I don't think they'll ever go to a match with Adam Pearce against Nick Aldis, but you definitely could do it if Adam Pearce was in ring shape. So I was listening to Eric Bischoff's podcast, and he was talking about Kane. And I think they were talking about a match he had with Mick Foley when Mick Foley was Mankind, and he was saying that Kane shouldn't have special lighting and all these special effects. Weren't you the dude that came up with Glacier?
Really?
Nothing but a gimmick with special effects and lasers and snow and special blue laser lights and stuff. Wasn't that you? I think he doesn't even think when he speaks about this kind of stuff. And nobody calls him out on it because I would have been right there. Like immediately as soon as he said it, I was questioning it at work, listening to it on my earbuds. I was like, wait a minute, you're the dude that pushed Glacier, and I'm waiting for Conrad Thompson to call him out on it because he's done that before with Bruce Pritchard when Bruce Pritchard would say stupid stuff. He would call him out on it, and I'm just like, you're not even going to say anything. Like, this is the dude that came up to Glacier and had all these, lighting, but whatever. I just thought that was kind of funny. What do you think about Tyrus finally retiring?
Oh, no!
Yeah, Brodus Clay, if you've watched any of his matches, I don't know how that man was ever, NWA World Champions, Terry Funk, Dory Funk, Ric Flair, Harley Race, Tyrus. Even Matt Cardona, I'm happy was a NWA World Champion.
Let's not forget about Jeff Jarrett.
Sting, Kurt Angle, for a brief, a week, they changed it to TNA.
Exactly.
But, Tyrus, he's horrible. I know he's popular on Fox News and all that stuff, but I'm not sad to see you go. Sorry, I'm not sad to see you go.
Oh, I see a little teardrop.
Yeah. On the NWA veins, because he was a wrestler for the NWA, they have signed a TV deal with the CW network.
Yes.
That's being reported, but
if they do get a TV deal, the one thing I'm looking more forward to, and I told you about it yesterday, is Vampiro versus Violent J.
Yeah, they've incorporated the Insane Clown Posse a lot lately. I think it's mostly Violent J. I haven't seen Shaggy on it. But to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of the NWA stuff because Velvet Sky is hot as hell, but she is horrible on commentary. Horrible. And I don't think she's gotten any better since the last time I've watched. But the reports are...
I still know who your favorite is.
Booker T.
He's horrible too. The deal is that the NWA Power Show that's been on YouTube is going to move to the CW, and there's going to be a reality show based on that Power Show, like behind the scenes and stuff, which is what they do in the wrestling business. Their reality shows are behind the scenes stuff. So, I mean, that's really cool. I'd like to see them actually get 2 actual wrestling shows, but we'll actually have to check that out. We'll watch the debut episode of it and all that, and because I'm not saying I don't like the NWA product. I just can't get past a lot of the commentary, to be honest, and that is a big deal for me. Like, I don't want to have to put it on mute to watch the show. Like, I like NXT, but a lot of times Booker T's commentary really does turn me off on the show. It really does. I'm sorry.
That's what it caused me to fast forward through most of No Mercy.
Yeah. I get that. And the guy that's with him doesn't call him out on stuff.
No.
When he says something stupid.
Tell you the truth, I still rather watch a lot of the old stuff.
Oh, me too. I love, I'm going back, and since it's October, I've been watching No Mercy and Halloween Havoc.
I went all the way back to 93.
Yeah, you were watching the Raws. Yeah, that's...
Oh my God. Bobby Heenan trying to break into the arena. That was the best.
Yeah, with Sean Mooney and, that was good stuff. I mean, I told you I didn't like Rob Bartlett on commentary, but he wasn't there for long, and then they moved Bobby Heenan in, so...
Then Bobby left after a while. I think he left right around the same time as Rick, didn't he?
Bobby left at the end of 93. Ric Flair left in the beginning of 93.
Yeah.
So, and then it was Macho Man, and then they moved Jerry Lawler in for a while too. So
yeah.
The 93 stuff, there's some good matches.
It's hit or miss.
It really is. Like the matches with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Shawn Michaels were actually cool, and then Marty Jannetty coming back and all that stuff, and Jimmy Hart becoming a babyface, and and Hogan coming back. Some of that stuff was good, but
still, I love Doink from '93.
Oh the
heel.
The evil
I
Doink.
love
the evil Doink is good stuff, and then you had the 1, 2, 3 Kid stuff,
right?
And all. There was good things about '93. Don't get me wrong, but
I think where it really turned around for them was like 97 or 98, right around that period.
Yeah, I mean, Austin started getting them a little bit of momentum, and then they had that horrible broadcast where they did a video from Germany and they voiced it over, and it was just horrible. And then they just kind of went with Vince Russo, and it started changing, and then Bret Hart turned heel and all that. So in 97 into 98, it started getting a lot of momentum.
Like heel Bret.
Oh, heel Bret!
I love it.
I think heel Bret is the best stuff he ever did. Don't get me wrong. I grew up. I was like 11 when he won the world title, so I love that stuff. But heel Bret,
hands down.
Yeah, I mean the USA versus Canada stuff. You can't beat that. That's good stuff.
I still say WCW would have still had had a lot of momentum if they would have capitalized right as soon as he left.
Oh yeah, I mean WCW completely dropped the ball on Bret.
Oh yeah,
completely. I mean, they made him the special referee for the match and all that stuff. Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, I mean, I love going back and watching the old Raws. Not so much the Nitros. I kind of fast forward through a lot of that because it's mainly about the NWO. That's really the only.
Remember what I said? That if you watch a lot of it, 90% of it ended with brawls at the end.
Oh yeah, they were. It was always a screwy thing at the end. Yeah, totally.
But if you wanted to sit down and watch good wrestling from it, watch the Cruiserweights.
Oh yeah, the Cruiserweights were amazing.
Eddie, Rey Mysterio, the Luchadors.
See, I think that's why I have a lot of trouble watching the X Division or a lot of that stuff now. Like, I can't stand Lucha Libre. I tried watching a AAA pay-per-view, and it just I liked Ray and Hoovy and all that stuff. We'll talk about Hoovy later.
Yep.
But that stuff was good because it was Lucha Libre, but they weren't doing nothing but high spots.
Right.
They kind of added a little bit of story to it, and then you had Mike Tenay explaining everything as well, which really helped. And then you had Dusty and Bobby Heenan completely making fun of it, which was even better. So the cruiserweights were really, really good.
I still say my favorite match, still to this day, from WCW for cruiserweight title.
Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
I knew where you were going because it's one of mine too.
Nothing will top it.
For me, I love that. As a pure match, yes. But for a story, for me, it's Dean Malenko and Chris Jericho.
Yes.
When Jericho's out there, busting on everybody in that battle royal, and Malenko is dressed up like Cyclope, and he pulls the mask off, and the crowd just goes insane.
Yes.
That for me, for story-wise, is one of the best cruiserweight stories they ever did, was Dean Malenko and Chris Jericho.
I love heel Chris Jericho from WCW.
Not so much anymore, but heel Chris Jericho, WCW, top notch. When he brought Ralphus in, and the top-notch haircut, can't do that anymore, because, he's like me, he's joining the bald, Shawn Michaels hair club. But,
you mean the Hulk Hogan hair club?
Yeah, it's John Cena hair club now. But yeah, the heel Chris Jericho.
Yes.
But speaking of WCW, he's in AEW now. But Sting has announced that at Revolution in February of 2024, that will be his last match. He is retiring. And tonight, as we were recording, this is Wednesday, Tony Khan is going to give a gift to Sting. They're talking it up a lot. They're saying it's going to be a huge gift. I have no idea what it's going to be, but I'm sure it'll be something cool. So I would imagine it's probably going to be a multi-man match. I can't see Sting doing a singles match, trying to carry off a whole singles match. But you knew this was coming. He wasn't going to be able to keep doing this.
Right.
That's why he was in tag matches with Darby Allin, and they were doing cinematic stuff, because he's in his mid-60s. You can't do it forever.
No.
Look at Ric Flair. Who still says he's got one more match in him, and that's for anybody that went to his last match thing. I'd be pissed if he said that he was going to do another one.
Right.
Putting the money in, him saying this is my last match, and now he's saying he can do more, which he's addicted to it. Plain and simple, he cannot get away from the spotlight. He never will be able to. He'll want to die in the ring. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing necessarily, but,
a lot of them would want to die in the ring.
Oh, yeah, Tommy Dreamer said he'd love to die in the ring.
Right.
So,
and unfortunately, there has been a couple of them.
There has been, yeah. What do you think about Vince being removed from creative for WWE?
Yes! Finally!
I think it's great. I'm sure Triple H will do fine. He's always done well.
Because that little time that he was gone, we were actually liking a lot of it.
Yeah, and I've liked the way it's been lately. But just the silly stuff that Vince would always do, you could always tell when the creative direction would change, because you could look and like, oh, that's Vince. That's totally Vince.
That's got Vince's fingerprints all over.
Yeah. So, like Max Dupree, he had LA Knight right in his fingertips, and he did the Max Dupree thing.
Yep.
The male models and all that stuff. But now LA Knight is the most popular guy in the company right now.
And if you don't make him champion and you drop the ball on him...
Well, we're going to talk about Crown Jewel, and I am going to make a prediction. But before we get to that, because that was going to be my next thing, have you seen that Brian Pillman Jr. has debuted in NXT?
I did not see it, but I did hear that he was going to go.
But he is not being Brian Pillman Jr. His name is Lexis King. I do not like the name, but he's trying to get completely away from the fact that Brian Pillman was his father, saying that, he wasn't really his father because he died when he was really young. And he wants to separate himself. I completely understand that. It's not like you can't go back to it later on if you want to. Everybody knows who he is, but it's definitely a cool story that he's separating himself from it,
if you look at him quick, he almost looks like a spitting image of his father.
No, he looks completely like him, especially when he's got the mullet and everything. You know?
Right.
So
put the tiger pants on him. There you go.
Right. But I don't blame him for wanting to separate himself. Look at what Dustin Rhodes did as Goldust.
Right.
You know, trying to get away from it. Not completely, but still. Because when you first watch Dustin in early WCW when he started, or in WWF in '91 when he was doing the stuff with Dusty, he was doing a fake lisp to sound exactly like Dusty. And you could tell that he was doing it on purpose, and it sounded horrible. You know, and then he became Goldust, and he completely changed, and was the best thing for him, in my opinion. But because he was never going to live up to Dusty, you know, same with Cody, you know, being Stardust and all it. You know, but
speaking of like Dustin,
yeah,
I know the darkest point of his career, and he says was in TNA wrestling when he was Black Rain.
Because he was in his addictions and all that stuff. Yeah, totally. And we are watching some TNA on behind the hard camera right now.
Hey, Sabin and Samoa Joe.
Yep. Since we're going to be ending the show on a TNA spin, I wanted to have some TNA. But Crown Jewel, these are the matches that are announced so far. Cody versus Damian Priest. Rey Mysterio against Logan Paul for the U.S. title. I'm actually really interested to see that because I want to see how Rey can, you know, what Logan Paul can do with Rey.
Right.
Because the matches that Logan Paul has done, you know, since he's been there have been amazing. To be honest, this may sound weird. I want to see Logan Paul against Bad Bunny. No, really, yes. Because they're both amazing athletes, and I think if you want to do an amazing triple threat, Logan Paul, Pat McAfee, and Bad Bunny.
Yes.
That would be an amazing spectacle that would be completely insane. Because all three are amazing, and I think that would be great. But
speaking of Bad Bunny, they dropped another DLC with Bad Bunny for $10.
I saw that. Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to get
I said
out of that.
I bit the bullet and I got it. I'm going to check it out.
I'm not surprised you bit the bullet and got it. I'm not surprised.
Well, it's because it's the Backlash Bad Bunny.
No, that's cool. I mean, when I finally get the game, I'll probably download it too.
Right.
You know, so, but
and I've showed you like a lot of the stuff I've been doing, and especially a lot of the stuff I've been downloading from Creative Community.
Yeah, that's really cool that you can download stuff that other people have already created. Because I do like sometimes, like on No Mercy, I loved creating people. But the more modern games, to me, it gets a little tedious. So if I can get one that's perfect from somebody else, I'm going to download it because I just want to play.
And I mean, look at the Owen Hart one I showed.
Yeah, the Owen Hart was really, really good. So
then, if you want, we can swing right into the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah, you can talk about your games because I'll talk about. Go ahead.
The new Spider-Man game is awesome. It is awesome. I love. Unlike the old one, when you take damage in this one, your suit actually rips into everything throughout the fight as your health is depleting.
Right, yeah. That's cool. I mean, you showed me some videos and stuff, and I know people that have played it and have said it's really, really good, so.
The opening tutorial fight is against Sandman.
That's cool.
It was awesome.
Well, I mean, I've seen videos, I've seen trailers, and it does look really cool. And I do need to, we need to factory reset that Xbox so I can start playing games too. But that's going to be after my vacation.
The only downside is you need to get a PS5 for the Spider-Man.
Well, that might happen eventually. Well, I can always have you come over and we'll play it on your PS5. So.
Right.
Any other games? What about the RoboCop game? When's that?
That is dropping October 30th, and I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I have seen the advertisements for that Super Mario Wonder. I kind of want to play that too. That actually.
I was looking into it.
Yeah.
Since we both got a Switch.
Right. Yeah. I haven't played in a long time, but I do have a Switch. Yeah. I mean. The modern games are good, and we played AEW Fight Forever and the WWE game. And
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun because you cheated a lot, but. So, any other video game news you got? Anything else you've been playing?
I kind of mostly been focusing on the wrestling and Spider-Man so far.
That's cool. So back to Crown Jewel. One match that I could care less about. A fatal 5-way for the women's title.
Ugh.
Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez. No desire to see that match whatsoever.
Nope.
Because Nia Jax is going to be horrible. And I have a feeling that this is going to be some way to get the title off of Rhea Ripley, and that's just going to make me mad.
Yep.
Because she should keep it. Charlotte Flair's on SmackDown, and she's the only one, but I don't want to see him give it to Nia Jax. If you're going to do something, have Jade Cargill beat Charlotte Flair on SmackDown and then trade her to Raw and have her beat Rhea Ripley for the title.
Right.
Jade Cargill's the only one, in my opinion, that should be winning that belt.
I love that, how's her name again? That is champion on SmackDown. Io Sky.
Io Sky, yeah.
If you don't give her a long run and you immediately just feed her to Charlotte Flair like you have been doing to a lot of the women...
Charlotte hasn't been doing a lot, though. I mean, she lost to her, and Io's had it for a while, so...
Good. Keep her as champion for a while.
Yeah, well, Charlotte doesn't need the title anymore anyway. She's... We've talked about this so many times. How horrible she is.
She is...
I don't understand how anybody can watch a match of hers. We've talked about it so many times. We keep doing it. How you can watch a match of hers and say she's the greatest woman wrestler ever. I don't get it.
Did you see them come face to face, her and what the hell is her name from AEW?
Jade Cargill?
Yeah. Come face to face?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to do that match and, whatever, but I have no desire to see the 5-woman match.
Mm-hmm.
For the World Heavyweight title, Drew McIntyre against Seth Rollins. My buddy Dave thinks that Drew McIntyre is going to win the belt. I mean, and I said to him, I kind of think Seth Rollins needs to go away for a little while. He's been on TV a little bit too much for me, but...
I think they should have pulled the trigger at the last pay-per-view and had Nakamura win it.
They're never going to pull the trigger on Nakamura.
No, of course not.
He's been there way too long, and they're not going to do it.
No, you're going to drop the ball on another great superstar.
Yeah. And they like Drew McIntyre, and there's nothing wrong with Drew McIntyre.
Right.
So I wouldn't, care if he won the belt or, But the main event, I mean, I'm sure they're going to announce more matches, but this is what I know so far. Roman Reigns against LA Knight for the WWE Universal, whatever they're calling it, title. It's in Saudi Arabia. LA Knight's not winning the title. They're not going to do it in Saudi Arabia. But I think there's a way where they can still keep him looking strong and not have Roman lose the title. Jimmy Uso's been screwing up lately. You have him come in, try to do a run-in. He accidentally super kicks somebody that he shouldn't. He screws up. Yes, gets Roman Reigns DQ'd. LA Knight can win the match, not win the title, and they can go to rematches. Yes. Or you're going into Survivor Series. LA Knight captains a team. John Cena's part of the team. You got Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes against the Bloodline.
Right.
You can go right that way, and if you don't have a lot of guys, because what is it? Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa for the Bloodline right now?
Yep.
Paul Heyman's got friends. Paul Heyman can bring in people. He went in NXT with Braun Breaker. You bring Braun Breaker up for the Survivor Series. You have Roman Reigns give him money or a car or something, say you're my hired gun to be on my team for Survivor Series. So, I can't see LA Knight winning the title. It would be amazing, but it's in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
They're not going to do it there. Maybe I'll be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll be pleasantly surprised that they pulled the trigger and he won it in Saudi Arabia. That would be awesome. But don't have Roman Reigns beat him. No. Don't do it. He's the biggest name you have right now. He's getting the most reaction. Figure out a way where he wins the match, but Roman doesn't. I mean, Roman should drop the belt at this point, in my opinion. He's had it way too long.
If you ask me, he should have dropped it at Mania when it came to Cody Rhodes. He should have dropped it there.
Right. No, and I get that. So,
One other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm sure you didn't see this, but Collision from October 14th. You remember Willie Mack, who he was in Lucha Underground for a while, and he was in Impact. Amazing athlete for a dude his size. He wrestled Samoa Joe on Collision for the Ring of Honor TV title. Willie Mack, if you don't know, I'm sure he's bigger. I don't know. I'm like 285. I don't know if he's that big. But the stuff that he can do, he's got like Kevin Owens kind of athleticism. He's really good. It was a really good match.
Almost like Yokozuna. He can move like him a little bit.
He can move. He can do moonsaults and stuff.
Yeah.
He's really good. It was a good match. Samoa Joe's always good in my opinion. I went back and watched the Great Balls of Fire match with him and Brock Lesnar. He was such a good threat for Lesnar. That match doesn't get talked about enough.
Right.
That was a really good match.
I'd still say Brock should have dropped the title right there to Samoa Joey.
Yeah, they definitely should have. But also on this Collision, Chris Statlander against Sky Blue for the TNT title. Sky Blue is starting to show aggression and a little bit more of a like a weird demeanor ever since Julia Hart sprayed the mist in her eyes. There was an avalanche powerbomb off the top rope at one point that was really good. I don't know what they're going to do with Sky Blue, if she's going to join the House of Black, which I think would be really cool, because then you would have the 3 male members, and then you could do a tag team with Sky Blue and Julia Hart.
Right.
Julia Hart comes back after her wedding and her honeymoon and all that stuff. I think that would be really cool to have a House of Black female tag team as well. I think that would be a really cool addition. I think that's kind of the way they're going. It was a good match. I think Sky Blue's really come along well, and Statlander's always been good in my opinion. So, the main event though for the TNT title, Christian against Bryan Danielson. 2 pros, 2 guys that know how to pace a match. Awesome psychology. Christian worked on Bryan Danielson's arm, which his arm had been broken, earlier. So.
And Christian has been such a great heel.
He's been really good. I think he's getting a little bit too dramatic with the insults, but he's really good. He was a good heel in WWF,
yes.
For a while too. So, but like I said, 2 real pros. Big Bill and Ricky Starks interfered at one point, and Christian got the win. So, I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was a really good episode of Collision. Let's see. You want to get into your next picks?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
What? Oh, you're not gonna. You don't even have a notepad.
Oh man.
We'll do it. We'll do it when we can actually do it, and it'll make sense. How about that?
All right.
All right. So you picked Super Brawl 5.
Yep.
Which was from February 1995. I gotta say, Bobby Heenan was on fire on commentary all night. But Vader, they showed videos of Vader being a crazy man attacking what he thought was Hulk Hogan's limo, busting out the window. And then he ran into the ring during the main event, like the countdown show, and destroyed Stars and Stripes, which was the Patriot, and Buff Bagwell, and caused a DQ. Leading up to just Vader being a crazy nut trying to get after Hulk Hogan, which leading up to the main event, which was Vader and Hulk Hogan. The first match, Paul Roma against Alex Wright. Bobby Heenan was so funny. Paul Roma did an amazing elbow drop off the top rope, and Bobby Heenan was yelling, "It's over! His career is over!" And Shivani's like, "His career is over after one elbow drop?" And he was like, "Yes, his career is over. Das Wunderpunk," and Shivani's like, "It's Das Wunderkind." Heenan was so good on the show.
Oh, I forget what, I gotta look back, but it was one of the 95 pay-per-views. If you listen to Bobby Heenan, I think it was the strap match between him and Vader. You can molest him all night.
Oh, yeah.
When he said that.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I'm like, wait a minute, what did he say? I had to rewind it. I'm like, oh my God, he did say it.
Some of the stuff that he got away with was
Oh my God.
The next match, Bunkhouse Buck with Meng and Colonel Parker. If you don't know who Meng is, that's Haku for the old school.
That was so much fun meeting him.
Yeah, he was really cool. Duggan nailed Colonel Parker at one point and ended up winning the match. And then Meng comes in and destroys Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Meng was Colonel Parker's bodyguard.
He was so good in a lot of stuff that he did.
Oh yeah, like the Faces of Fear, him and the Barbarian.
Yes.
That was a really good team.
I know it's not part of this pay-per-view, but
yeah.
If you take a look back at War Games when Colonel Parker in the match, when he
climbs on the cage and is like shaking the cage because he wants to get in there.
No, he was part of the match and he got hit with a power bomb and
I'm talking about Meng because we were talking about Meng.
Yep, and he's
shaking the cage. That's what I was talking about. But yes, he crapped himself. Because I think he said he did it. It was the elbow drops from the Nasty Boys.
And the funny thing is, if you look very carefully,
you can see.
Yes,
you can white see pants. You can see it. Yes,
it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So the next match, Kevin Sullivan with the Butcher, who is Brutus the Barber Beefcake, against Dave Sullivan. The Dave Sullivan thing was goofy, but it got me to know about the I Want to Be a Hulkamaniac song, so at least I did something. Kevin Sullivan sacrificed the Butcher to get the win. How he did it was he rammed Dave Sullivan's head into Butcher's face. Butcher had titanium, still does, I'm sure.
Yes.
Titanium plates in his face, so it makes sense, and then he just walked away while Butcher was like, crying out in pain. He just walked away.
I think that was what led him to become the Zodiac, wasn't it?
Yeah, they started doing that with the Dungeon of Doom and all that stuff. So the next match, the Nasty Boys against Harlem Heat with Sensational Sherry. This was not one of their good matches. They did a lot more wrestling than brawling, which their brawling was usually better. I think this match went way too long. It went like almost 20 minutes.
The best one that they did, I have to say, it was at Uncensored.
When they went to the concession stand and all that. Yeah, that was really good. They did a couple in 95 that were really, really good, and some in 94. This one, to me, they tried to do more wrestling, and nothing wrong with wrestling. I love wrestling. But the Harlem Heat against the Nasty Boys, you want to see anarchy. You want to see them doing what they do, and so... Harlem Heat won by a DQ, getting thrown over the top rope, which I always thought was a stupid DQ.
That was always stupid. If you take a look back at the AWA, if they hit a move off the top rope, it was DQ.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff that I'm sure worked back in the day never did it for me. So.
No.
But the promo that we were talking about earlier with Sting and Macho Man Randy Savage was next. And Savage just walks right into the promo and says, "I'm not talking." And Sting starts talking, and then Sting will say, "Macho Man, do you want to say something now?" And Macho Man says, "I'm not talking." And it went like that the whole time. And it's just, Macho Man was so good. It's a lot like the one time where he tells Mean Gene that his mustache is crooked. And then Mean Gene says, "Your beard is out of whack." Macho Man was so good, so good.
I love him the most in '99.
Oh, when he had Gorgeous George and all that stuff. Yeah, that was good stuff too. I did enjoy that.
So, a lot of the stuff he did was great.
Yeah, Macho Man's tremendous. The next match, the Blacktop Bully against Dustin Rhodes. If you don't know who the Blacktop Bully is, Smash from Demolition, the Repo Man, Crusher Khrushchev back in the day with JCP. He's had all kinds of gimmicks.
Yep.
Blacktop Bully was he was a trucker. Bockwinkel came out, he was the commissioner at that point, and made Meng leave because he had previously attacked Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It was a good match, and this one went too long in my opinion as well. Colonel Parker pulled Dustin's leg and held it down, so the Blacktop Bully got the win.
Then, the next, going back to Uncensored, where they had the
King of the Road match.
Yes!
Yeah. In the back of a truck where he had to pull the horn. That was a disaster.
And it led to them getting fired, believe it or not, for blading.
Oh, for blade, Because TBS didn't want people bleeding, so. The next match, Sting and the Macho Man against Big Bubba and Avalanche. A good old school tag match. Yep. Sting and Savage got the win. This is the point where Flair was in the audience
He had come down previously, and he got into it with Savage because, of course, that was going to lead into a feud with Savage down the road, which was a very underrated feud in '95, in my opinion. And then they kind of redid it in '96 when Miss Elizabeth was there, and they kind of went back to the '92 stuff. And it was good. What did you think of the main event, Vader against Hogan for the WCW title?
Me.
Hogan was still trying to be 1988 Hulk Hogan, and it wasn't working.
No.
They were getting ratings and stuff because it was new, but the crowd was starting to turn against it even here.
You should have had Vader destroy him.
Yeah, Vader should have, because then you could have had Hogan make the comeback later, in other pay-per-views and do the Hulk up and all that stuff. Vader should have won the belt.
Yes.
Vader no-sold a lot of Hogan stuff, to look like a monster, which, I understand Hogan wanted to draw things out because that's what he did with monsters, but you didn't need to, you could have drawn it out after Vader won the title.
Yeah.
Flair interfered for the DQ, and I think Savage came out, but I can't remember. A good pick by you. I thought that was a really good pay-per-view for you to pick. I liked 95, 94, and 95 WCW anyway. So
right. Shall we get into?
You want to start unboxing here? I didn't cut it, so. Well, while you're cutting it, I'm going to show a couple things that I didn't show.
Should we show?
What? Yeah, my Joker knife. This is we talked about World of Hurt and XWA on a previous episode. Fox Vineyard, he had a Topps trading card. He signed that for me. I met Dink, the midget wrestler. Yes, I'm saying midget. I had previously had this signed by Doink, Ray Apollo, and to get it signed by Dink, it fills it up. It completes it, in my opinion. This I wanted to show. All Natural Ashley from the XWA show. I don't know if she's going to be at the next one, but I kind of hope she is. Speaking of that, November 18th, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, XWA is going to be having another show. We are going to be there with the table, meeting and greeting and, shaking hands, kissing babies, whatever, like politicians do. Getting the word out about our show.
Speaking of a politician.
Yeah, we are going to do an interview with him at some point. We've never seen him wrestle, though, so I kind of, I wanted to show this little obscure Full Metal, the album. This is the album where they finally put the With My Baby Tonight, the Double J Jeff Jarrett. But as a couple of these, the first two tracks, they actually used as Raw themes for a while. Thorn in Your Eye, they used for the Attitude Era theme for a long time. But it has Diesel, King Mabel, the 1-2-3 Kid, Gold Dust, the Smoking Guns, Psycho Sid, Razor Ramon, Bret Hart, Hakushi, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. The Shawn Michaels version on here is horrible. Very horrible. But then the Double J With My Baby.
Was it the 92 version of him?
No, it was one where the girls on it were, and then the backing track on it was really, really bad. But this is the one that I found the other day that I really wanted to talk about. Oh, look at that. WCW Mayhem. A lot of WCW stuff didn't get a lot of attention. It didn't have a lot of good stuff on it. I mean, Slayer's on here, but it has the Insane Clown Posse of music for Vampiro. It has Buff Bagwell's theme on here. The only thing with a lot of the themes on here, it has crowd noise on it, which I hate. You can find Buff Bagwell's without the crowd noise, but it has the West Texas Rednecks or Rap is Crap song is on here.
Your favorite one.
Right, the Wolfpack theme is on here. Like, there's big Punisher songs on here. Limp Bizkit is on here. They do a Faith remix. The Sting Metallica Seek and Destroy live version is on here. Hulk Hogan's American Made is on here because, of course, he owns it, so we wanted to get his song on there so we could make more money. Did they have the Megadeth Goldberg theme that he used for a little while, the Crush 'Em?
Yeah.
The Megadeth theme that he used for a while that it sounded horrible on live on the shows because I don't know if it was just a bad track, but DDP's Self High Five is on here. Just a great CD in my opinion.
Bang!
Oh, that one hit the floor. All right. So why don't you open up that crate and I bought this. The Rhythm and Blues Greg the Hammer Valentine. And if you see the Simpsons Bret Hart here, I bought an extra one, and I had him sign it. I'll show a picture of it on our social medias, but I think this is really cool that he was a guest on The Simpsons, and I had to get it when I saw it at a merch table one time. All right. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. I'm liking that a lot, to be honest. This is that. I'm liking.
And I was suggesting that you get this too.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Stacy Keibler action figure. I've never seen. That's really cool. I like that.
And this is the one I said that they had it for $10 on the Walmart app.
Right. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's awesome. We're gonna talk about him later. A little Juventud Guerrera air freshener for my car.
A little fresh.
I like that.
The Sandman.
Oh, a Sandman pin. That's cool. That's really cool. I will post pictures of these.
Oh, this is awesome.
What's the shirt? Luchador. Oh, Halloween. That's cool. I mean, I wasn't really
cool.
That'll probably be a work shirt that I wear that, I don't care if it gets destroyed, but that's good. I like that.
And
what's the autograph? Who is that?
I have no idea.
It says junior heavyweight. Yeah, is there a thing in there that says Kerry Morton, Ricky Morton's son. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. I just didn't recognize him. That's cool. I like that.
I think that's awesome that they actually did a Stacy Keibler action figure though.
No, I mean the WWE Legends action figure. That's
right.
That's really cool. I like that. Let's see what's in the. I wanted you to do the smaller box this time. So. But this one is the paint. What was it? The paint and Masters and Paint Volume 6. It's right there on the card.
I hope they get to deliver mine because
Yes! My buddy Dave rated this crate a 9.8 out of 10. Judging from this shirt, I can certainly see the crows. I do not know how they get away with this.
Right?
Unless this is, because that's the WCW Sting right there. That is not AEW Sting.
That is awesome there.
Unless he owns the rights to it, which I doubt he does, but that's really cool. I like that. Let's see. El Generico. Okay.
I love it.
That's really cool. I like that. If you don't know who El Generico is, that was Sami Zayn's character in Ring of Honor and PWG.
Oh, I love it.
That's really cool. Ooh, the Micro Brawler, Gangrel.
Ooh.
That's really cool. I like that. I've met Gangrel. That's cool. Let's see. The pin. Oh, Danhausen.
Yes!
That's cool.
Talk about his action figure coming out soon.
Yes. It actually is out in a lot of stores. So
I want it.
Oh, another patch for my hockey jersey, which I'll have to show on the next episode. A Darby Allin patch. That's really cool.
Awesome.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, is it a flag?
I think it is a flag.
Well, why did you... Gotta be smarter than the packaging.
This actually looks pretty cool.
It's the Lucha Brothers.
As zombies.
Is it? It's a pillowcase.
That's awesome.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool.
That's actually really cool.
I like that a lot. Yeah. And the autograph. I'm agreeing right now. 9.8. 9.8 without a doubt. The Zodiac. We talked about it. The Zodiac. I'm gonna have to go 9.9.
Yes.
I think this might be the best crate I've ever gotten, to be honest.
This is awesome.
They knocked it out of the park with that one. They definitely, for the crates that I got, this month.
I hope they deliver mine soon because I want to wear that Sting shirt.
That Sting shirt is amazing.
Yes.
It is really, really good. I will post pictures because sometimes it's hard to see. I will do that. I won't do it today, but I will do it.
I want to
get your stuff to show.
But this is for you.
Oh, it's for me? Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about that. The Cowboy Brock Lesnar, Amazon exclusive. Thank you very much. This is awesome. You know how much I like the good Funkos.
Then this was an awesome find at Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's the
WC
Havoc, Rey Mysterio.
No, not Halloween Havoc. No.
Oh, it's just the WCW one.
Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool. An awesome little find right there.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm not a big Mysterio fan, but that's cool.
And my favorite Rock, the Hollywood Rock.
Yeah,
When he was a heel.
We have so many of those left at our store right now.
And we're talking about Goldberg.
Yeah, I don't have a desire to own any Goldberg figures.
It's
cool. It's the WCW Goldberg
belts. I just wanted it because it had both of the belts and it was WCW.
No, that's cool. I like it. Just not my thing. What else?
This one, you're...
Oh, dude, that's cool. Andre the Giant.
And this was the last one.
Yeah.
And I had to have it.
No, that's cool. I like that a lot.
Then 93 Hulk Hogan from WWF.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
I think it's still on sale, though.
Yeah, and, it's got the title belt.
I had to get this.
Oh, yeah.
I had to get it.
Man. Yeah, that's really, really good.
And this one they sent me by mistake. I ordered him without the mask, and this is what they sent me. 97 Kane.
I'm sure you're not unhappy about that.
No, I'm not unhappy.
I know you want the one that you wanted, but
yes.
Still, you're a huge Kane fan.
Yes,
so.
I am a huge Kane fan indeed.
Is that all you got?
Yep.
Alright. So...
But I still say this was the best find I found right there.
Yep.
In Walmart.
Yeah, the Andre, that's really cool. I want to talk about XWA again. November 18th, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I don't know if they're still looking for volunteer ring crew, but you can go on their Facebook and ask them. Just look up XWA, Extreme Wrestling Alliance. You'll see a logo with skull and crossbones. That's them. Message them and find out. We will be there with a table and giving out. I'm going to have our box with, free packs of trading cards, and we'll have Deadpool's head with Tootsie Rolls in it, and we're going to have a good time. So I'm kind of hoping the show goes a little longer than the last one, but, still, we like it because we get our word out there, and we get to see the show, too.
Exactly.
So, we'll have our my tablet with, a video of one of our shows playing so people can get a view of what we do. And we just, we hand out our business cards and our flyers. We have a good time, so...
Speaking of our merchandising.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Stickers.
Cheappops.redbubble.com. Stickers, phone cases, shirts. Our new logo is going to be up there soon. I just uploaded the Street Profits, inspired design. I just uploaded that. So if you want to support us, we won't see a lot of money out of it, but we like our stuff, so we're putting it out.
And I thought you would get a kick out of this with my cup.
Yeah. I don't need to know about you and being on your meds. So if you're in the Northeast, travel a couple hours to see a good show in Massachusetts, I think XWA is good stuff. They have good characters. The main event is going to be Mikey Cheese against Pepe Le Poulet, and there's going to be a women's match, and they announced somebody else. I don't remember who it is, but Punk is going to be wrestling as well. And you know what I think about Punk. He's really good at riling up the crowd.
Yes.
I don't think he'll be able to do it as much as he does in World of Hurt.
Oh.
I don't think it's the right crowd for him to do it for, but it'll be fun. And we just bought a table for the Wrestling Classic 4, which is going to be in the beginning of 2024. I believe February, or March maybe. Might be March. You can look it up. Wrestling Classic 4. You can look it up on Facebook or Zombie Hideout's website or Captain's Corner.
I should have. Let me know what weekend it is again. I do believe I have that weekend off.
They announced Barry Windham for it, and every Thursday, usually, they announce somebody else for us, so that'll be cool. We'll have a table there, just like we did last year or this year, and so... let's get into the meat of the matter, the thing that we watched yesterday, Bound for Glory. Impact's Wrestling's their WrestleMania. One match felt like it. A couple matches felt like it, but a lot of it didn't. I'm not throwing shade on them.
No,
just some of the matches.
The one match felt like a big, huge WrestleMania.
Yeah, it really did. The first match, Kenta against Chris Sabin for the X Division title. It was a good match. Sabin has an amazing tornado DDT. Sabin retained the X Division title. Not much to say about it. The X Division isn't the same as what it used to be. It can't be. With the amount, the caliber of performers that used to be there, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, I'm missing a lot. Sanjay Dutt, just, you'll never be able to compete with that.
Black Machismo.
Black Machismo, yeah. Next match, the Monsters Ball. They went back to saying that the guys had been in the room for 24 hours without food and water. That's just preposterous because they were wearing their ring gear with their... Rhino had his wrists taped and his fists taped and stuff. He's going to be like that for 24 hours? Come on now.
I don't know. Moose looked like he was wearing his pajamas.
You said golf pants. I think golf pants was more
apropos. He just got off from golfing, people.
Right. So what did you think about this match?
I actually loved it.
Yeah. This is your kind of match.
The most devastating move of the night was not Macklin going through the barbed wire table. No.
Where Broly Ware went poof.
Yep.
And just shoved him poof.
No. I'm talking about the power bomb that Moose delivered to PCO on the cinder blocks through tacks.
Yeah, there was thumbtacks on top of the cinder blocks, and PCO had tacks in the back of his head through the rest of the match.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, PCO took a backdrop out of the ring onto a ladder. It was a fiberglass ladder, but still, it's a ladder.
Really?
That man is a beast.
He is.
He is a beast. He just signed another contract with Impact. Well, we're going to talk. It's not Impact anymore. Like we said, the poof push by Bully Ray on Macklin through the barbed wire table to the floor. PCO got the win. I think they're going to do more with him, so that's really cool. I like Macklin. I think Macklin's really impressive. We talked about it before.
And we met him, and he super nice guy.
He's a really, really nice guy. Moose signed a multi-year deal. Rhino's Rhino. I don't know how much longer Rhino's got left in the tank. Kind of like Dreamer. Maybe more than Dreamer, but
I loved meeting Moose.
Yeah, you met Moose. I was running out of money at that point, so I didn't meet Moose. Yeah, it's cool that you met Moose. We met the Good Brothers that day too.
Yep.
So our first pay-per-view, that one right there, Rebellion from 2022.
That was so much fun.
It was really fun. We fast-forwarded through the next match. Not gonna lie. Chris Bay and oh my god, I can't even think of his name. Ace Austin, part of the Bullet Club.
That's who I said that Jay White looked like way back.
Oh yeah, he looked like Ace Austin. Yeah, against the Rascals for the Impact Tag Titles. We fast forwarded through it. I had no desire to see this match.
No.
The tag division is nothing like what it used to be.
No.
You used to have even at one point you had the American Wolves. You had Beer Money. You had LAX. You had Team 3D. Team Canada.
You also had the America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, the Naturals. There were so many good...
Yes.
You can't compare.
No.
You just can't. Even Matt Morgan and the Abyss were a good tag team.
Yes.
So we fast-forwarded right through it and got to the next match. Match of the night. Might be a match of the year candidate, in my opinion.
Yes.
But it probably won't get that because it's Impact and people don't pay as much attention to it as they should.
Right.
Will Ospreay against Speedball Mike Bailey. I had never really been impressed with Mike Bailey as much until this match. The kicks and the hidden blade exchange at one point. Will Ospreay did a Styles Clash at one point.
He's been doing a lot better, stepping away from doing X Division stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he really showcased it in this match.
Yeah, Mike Bailey was really, really impressive, and Will Ospreay has always been good in my opinion. When he does the aerial assassin stuff, like when he was in his matches with Ricochet, he's been doing more technical stuff lately, but he still does high flying. But that Styles Clash was amazing.
Yes.
And Will Ospreay got the win. I don't know if he's signed a contract, but he's going to do more. They're doing an event. I think they're doing Turning Point over in England, and he's going to wrestle over there. So,
who do we say? If we could pick any modern wrestler on WWE's shows right now, still wrestling, we chose what? Seth Rollins and AJ Styles?
Yeah, to wrestle Ospreay? Yeah, definitely. Totally.
I don't know. Did he ever wrestle Nakamura?
I don't know if he wrestled. He might have went over to New Japan after Nakamura started.
That should be another one right there. Right there. Another dream match right there.
Yeah, I think Nakamura's lost a lot. You know, nothing against him. Just I don't think he's what he used to be. So I think the road, because he didn't. I don't think he traveled as much in New Japan as he does now. You know, so. But yeah, I think him against Ospreay would be pretty cool. The next match, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Basically, if you win this, you can choose which title you want to wrestle for up to a year. Pretty much Money in the Bank, but in a Royal Rumble match. First out was Jake something. You gotta laugh at his name.
Yes.
You know.
I think he should have won it though.
And it was him and Eddie Edwards for 2 minutes, and then after that, it was every minute. The next entrant was Kenny King. And then the next entrant was Juventud Guerrero.
Yes!
We showed the stuff with him. And then Johnny Swinger. I like Johnny Swinger. I like the character that he does in Impact. Giselle Shaw. And then Jody Threat. Kylan King. And then Yawn Sunny Kiss. I don't get Sunny Kiss. I will never get Sunny Kiss. I don't care about, if you're LGBTQ, that's fine. I don't care. I don't get it. Same with Colt Cabana. I've never gotten Colt Cabana. I've never gotten the hype on Colt Cabana. There's just some wrestlers, I don't get it. And you may say, you should get it. Well, I don't get it. And I'll never care about Sunny Kiss. It did lead to a funny moment with Bully Ray, who was out next, where Sunny Kiss danced and then Bully Ray did his weird dance, which was funny. That's the only good thing I can say about Sunny Kiss being there. It led Bully Ray to do his dance. Next out was
I'm loving Bully Ray.
Bully Ray's great. Bully Ray's always been great. Looks like they're going with him and Macklin, so that's cool.
Right. I still say that he should got screwed over in it.
Yeah, I do too. Matt Cardona came out. Jordan Grace, Eric Young, Joe Hendry. I really like Joe Hendry. If you haven't, Google his entrance theme and you'll get Joe Hendry. Brian Myers, and then Heath, Kazarian, Rich Swann, Jonathan Gresham. I think Jonathan Gresham's shorter than Taz, to be honest. He's another one. I've never gotten the hype on Jonathan Gresham either. Never liked his stuff in Ring of Honor. I don't get it. And number 20 was Dirty Dango. And Jordan Grace got the win. I hope she doesn't go for the world title. I'm not trying to be sexist. I've never been impressed with her, and so the next match we fast forwarded to Trinity against Mickie James. I don't like Trinity as as women's champion. She came in and her match with Deonna Purrazzo looked horrible, and it's not because of Deonna Purrazzo, and she's like Charlotte Flair. I don't think she's a good wrestler.
Speaking of a wrestler that should have got a world title run, Christopher Daniels.
He did. He got a Ring of Honor world title run.
No, I mean for TNA. He should have got a TNA wrestling run.
But at the time where they would have done it, there was so many stars at that point that they were never going to do it. So
this is still their best match that they did, the triple threat match.
No, from Unbreakable, yeah, it was really, it was one of the best matches in TNA history. It might be the best match.
Then I think they did it again with another triple threat between all three of them.
Yeah, they did it in like 2009, I think. They did it again when Hogan was running it. The next match, we started watching it. It was the main event.
Yeah.
Alex Shelley against Josh Alexander for the world title. I like Josh Alexander. He's a great wrestler. But Alex Shelley as the world champion.
They should have done it years ago with him being world champion.
But
that's not there.
If you watch the video at the end of the show, you'll understand another reason why he's horrible talking. He's always been horrible talking, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that a world champion always has to be a good talker. Bill Goldberg, but it just, or even Chris Benoit, you know what I mean? But I don't see Alex Shelley as a world champion.
I liked when they did it with Chris Sabin because it came out of nowhere, you know. But to me, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin will always be the Motor City Machine Guns, and we were tired at this point, and we had no, you know. Shelley retained, so
what took a lot out of us was the one that we said that was the match of the night.
Oh yeah, I mean after you know, well, like you said, that should have been the main event.
Exactly.
Ospreay and Mike Bailey should have been the main event because you couldn't follow anything.
No.
I mean, they tried to do the gauntlet was entertaining, but nothing could follow that much.
Oh no.
But at the end, they did a video. It was like a 4-minute video of like Eric Young, Giselle Shaw, Jordan Grace, Eddie Edwards, Alex Shelley, Josh Alexander, and Kazarian pulled a box, like a metal case out of a pond, and brought it up, and they opened it up, and the crowd, they showed video of TNA and interspersed it with new stuff. So they're bringing back TNA wrestling. No more Impact. It's going to be TNA wrestling. And Scott D'Amore said something that makes sense. Whenever they talk to media or anything like that, they talk about TNA. It was TNA for so long. The crowds want it. It's not that hard to rebrand it. They own all the trademarks and the music. They even played, after Scott D'Amore talked after the show, they played the Cross the Line music.
Yeah.
Which, the intro music for.
I still love that. For their opening music right there.
Yeah, I'm happy they're going back to it because it's what they're known for.
Yes.
So it's really good. I think they just they're doing a big theater. It's kind of like center stage and they're doing that for their Hard to Kill, which is going to be the first big event under the TNA wrestling name. So I like them getting back to their roots. It's really cool. They should have done it a long time ago, to be honest. Because, the crowds would chant Impact Wrestling because they were into it, but they wanted to chant TNA.
Yes.
So...
should we talk about what the finds that I found for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
You still love the fact that I found this for you. Donkey Kong!
Yeah, you found that at GameStop. I really like that. I gotta pay you for that eventually. And behind us, Black Taurus. I'm gonna take it out of the box eventually because I really like that and I want to display it. This right here, AJ Styles, Legends of the Ring figure, Jack Pacific. I got this signed at a TNA show in Glens Falls, New York. Signed by AJ Styles in the ring. Or no, it wasn't in the ring. He was at the table outside the ring, but he did pictures in the ring after the show. But I was 400 pounds at that point. But I met him later on, and I got a better picture. So, but yeah, I thank you for finding those. I mean,
you're welcome.
You always find ways for me to spend money. So.
Speaking of TNA, should we show off your prized possession?
Oh, I forgot about this. Well, it's not my prized possession, but I bought this at that same show. A Jeff Jarrett autographed guitar, and it is a real, legitimate guitar with him etched into it. This is really cool. It hangs up in another room in the house, not this one, but it is going to hang up here eventually. I think this is really cool. I got to clean it because it's kind of dusty.
A little dusty.
But, the autograph is crisp and, really, really good. It's a real guitar. I think it was like $250, but it was worth it. Totally worth it to me.
Especially since he's etched into it.
Yeah, that's really cool. TNA did a lot of good merchandise. Their trading cards were really, really good. We in a previous episode we showed my Beautiful People frame thing that had all the cards in it. So I'm happy to see it go back to TNA.
Right.
What else you got? You got anything else? Any news? Anything you want to talk about? Nope. You're just gonna sit there and
look beautiful.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. On that note, wow. All right. We have a website now. I'm kind of tweaking it. But you can lead you to all our socials. There's little buttons on it to lead you to all our socials. CheapPopsShow.com. all our socials are at Cheap Pop Show. It makes sense to me. I plan to do more with it, but right now I'm not. A lot of the time, I don't have a lot of time to get into it. But it leads you to all our socials: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or X, as Twitter is now. It will always be Twitter to me. X just sounds stupid.
Twitter machines.
Yeah. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and cheappops.redbubble.com for merchandise. I've got a new sign-off today. Pop Guys out.